Aloha, kākou, it's DJ Kano, and we are taking a look at our creators. Even though, I will have to say, I technically had quit this game. Maybe it's been a few weeks now at this point, just due to the fact that my buddy and we play pretty peaceful, you know, but regardless of that, we ended up getting ratted in duos pretty relentlessly. So. Yeah. I'm only here because there is the new event called the Shared Watch, as you can see here. So it just went live today. Just went live, and this the reason I'm here to talk about it though is because people have been saying everywhere pre launch of this event, oh, it's going to be a PVE only mode. It's going to be a PVE only mode. It is not a PVE only mode. Um, all it is that you earn merits, so you get credits by damaging and destroying Arc and helping others. But there's nothing that says you can't shoot each other. So you can still shoot each other. People are probably still going to do it. And I'm curious to see how relentless others might be, knowing that that's what this event is going to be about. And and it's not like there's a special map or anything, right? So if I go here, it's still the same map that you normally will see, right? So I'm still going into a regular battlegrounds. I'm still going into Bird City, which I heard has been pretty rat infested, for a lot of people, even in solos, you know. And yeah, I mean, I read the comments. I still take a look at what goes on in social media. A lot of people are still commenting and saying, "Oh, just play peaceful and just don't shoot people, and you can just reset like 8 times and surrender without shooting anybody, and you'll get back to peaceful lobbies." And while there's truth in it, the algorithm is not perfect, right? So you're still going to encounter, you still have to look over your shoulder, right? It's not a perfect system, right? And all that to say, it's fine. That's how people prefer to play. That's how majority of the fan base and the people who love art creators like to play. That's good. That's a game for them. It is not a game for me. So I don't know if this event will bring me back because there's no special maps that are just for PVE, right? There's still that they did not remove that PvP component at all. It is still very much the same exact game. It's just that now, because of the shared watch event, if you want to, progress through here and get merits, it says the more arc you damage, so damaged arc, destroyed arc, and destroyed arc assist. So I guess it's looking at, if maybe the same arc. So if there was like a leaper and then you and a few other people were shooting at it, then you'll get like an assist merit or assist score, right? So that's basically all it is. You're not there's no PVE only mode. And I just wanted to add too that what's kind of funny is, again, I look in the comments, I look at all these different social media posts from all these different influencers who stream Arc. So many people were angry about it, that they thought it was going to be a PvE only mode, to the point of it's going to ruin the game, it's going to kill the game. And how? How is a PvE only mode a mode, mind you, that doesn't remove PvP from the game completely? It's just a separate area that if people chose to want to play peacefully only, right, without having to look over your shoulder, um, how does that area affect people that want to play PvP? If you want to play PvP, just play the regular maps, play the regular mode, right? But if you really, really think about it, how does a PvE only mode affect PvP players? Because all their easy targets are now gone. Because if you have a PvE only mode, anybody who wants to play peacefully that has no interest in messing up their aggression based matchmaking algorithm are just going to go there. And that means there's going to be less and fewer people for these quote PvPers to shoot people while they're looting in the middle of a loot screen. There's going to be less people that are going to be get caught standing out, maybe looking at their menu, caught off guard. People that are maybe people that just like playing PvE. PvE is wildly popular, and not everybody loves playing competitive PvP games. So I don't see how having a PvE only mode, especially while you're not going to remove any of the regular elements of the game, affects PvP players. So it's really wild. It's really wild to see how much of the community would be in uproar, and they go as far as to say the game would be ruined. No, it just means that, though these are the same people, mind you, that'll go on the comments, and their counter argument to anything people have to say about PvE is skill issue. That's all they want to say is skill issue. Get good. Maybe you should learn how to PvP. I'm pretty sure if you want PvPvE, it's because you have a skill issue. It's because you can only shoot people in the back, unsuspecting people, versus go into a lobby that is intentionally meant for PvP, and now suddenly you have the skill issue. So yeah, I don't know. I just this is clearly a rant video now. When I just wanted to talk about Shared Watch, but let's maybe we can turn off the rant and just get back to here and look at this event, which is going to be 13 days starting today. Let me go back to this. The first thing you can get. So yeah, there's this slugger outfit. This is the new design for the skin that you can get. Um, Embark has been very good about letting you earn real Raider tokens, which is, if you didn't know, the equivalent to real life currency. So you can actually buy Raider tokens in the shop, but you can earn them in the game too. Looks like you get the Tactical Mark III blueprint. I don't think I even have that blueprint. Slugger variant with grenades on the hip. It's cool. Baseball backpack trophy. What else we got here? Okay, so this is the slugger, just a different color variant. You got a snap hook, hand signals. That's kind of cool. It's kind of funny. And chest piece for the slugger variant. That's also kind of cool. Very interesting. Sports face paint blue. So you get the black one, I think, um, from the hockey one. I forgot what the name of the hockey one is. Let's see. Blue variant, Vita Spray blueprint. I think I have that. Headgear. You get a guitar, and then you get a batting helmet for your Scrappy. So yeah, it's just cosmetic. You get a couple of decent blueprints if you didn't already have them. But the Tactical Mark III, you get the Vita Spray. So I mean, honestly, I do like a lot of aspects of the game. I like a lot of aspects of the game, and I think a lot of people fell into the trap of what Embark themselves has said was, they tried PvE only when they were doing testing, and they felt it was boring, right? But everyone hears that, so they repeat it like it's evidence that they need PvP to shoot people. They use it as an excuse to just be slime balls. And while maybe that was true at the time, we don't know all the details, right? Embark hasn't said the details as to why they felt, right? Because the version of the game they probably tested way back when is different than what it is now, probably. I don't know. I don't even know myself because I haven't looked at it. But I guarantee you a lot of people that are commenting haven't looked at it either. So the thing that I want to I'll end this video on is talking about the true aspects of what makes this game fun, and it's not the fact that you have this adrenaline and anxiety tension filled game experience. That is fun for a lot of people, but that's not really what makes this game in the way that it is somewhat addictive. It's because when you play this game, you have a lot of it's openly social, right? So you have that toggle off feature for your mic, which is built into the game. It's done very well. It might be a little bit of a effecty, fancy thing that they have it sounding like an echo, which is like because it sounds like you're talking to someone in the distance, which is really cool. It's little nuances here and there. Embark himself has talked about how sound is massively important in playing this game. So you can hear like a raider cache nearby because it sounds kind of like a clock a little bit. You can hear footsteps, you can hear explosions and shooting in the distance. And it's very clear targeting for knowing where something's coming from. If you have a good headset on, you can really tell where the potential danger might be. And that sound aspect built in with the social makes this game, that alone makes this game a lot of fun. So you add like, that element to just any other game that doesn't do it like Arc Raiders. Like if audio was clearer and elements were a lot easier to spot, and you could socialize in the open world like this, then Division 2, for example, could be a lot better game. You know, this game gets compared to Helldivers a lot because it was mentioned, in early comparison that, oh, Helldivers is PvE only, and we didn't want to do that. But if Helldivers allowed you to socialize more outside of party, and you could be dropped into a lobby with others that you can work with, yeah, Helldivers would be a much better game too. But you can't do that in Helldivers. You can't do that in Division. So the social aspect is huge, and the sound aspect is huge. Add on top of that, that when I open the most random cabinet or cupboard, when I open that up, I could get a blueprint. I could get something like this by the most innocuous drawer, cabinet, whatever. Anything I open has a chance for rare loot. That is something that other games don't necessarily do either. I've not played a lot of looter shooters, a lot of other looting games, but at least the ones that I've played, and again, the one with the most experience I have is the Division. Yeah, I stopped opening crates in the open world. I stopped, touching anything that is, actionable in the open world because it doesn't give me anything. It gives me just crafting materials, which are also not as visual as this, right? So let's go to the inventory. If I look at this icon here in my inventory, this is what it actually looks like when I go to topside. Like they've done a very, very good job of showcasing the artistry in this game. Right, the artistic level and design that has been thought out in this game is amazing. Right, so if I look at a bombardier cell that was dropped on the ground after looted from a bombardier, that's exactly what the item looks like. Right, blueprints look like blueprints. Right, the snozberries look like snozberries. Like seriously, they've done a fantastic job in those little tiny details that I think a lot of people are overlooking that add to this game, right? Um, when I loot, it's meaningful and it's fun because I can actually see the item. It's not some random beam of light on the ground. Sorry, Division 2. That is a cool effect. But it would be nice to see if they actually are developing a Division 3 to do something different, do something like this. Maybe keep the beam of light, maybe keep the colors and everything, that Division like effect, but add to it. Add a little bit more of this level of design, visual design in the game, because that makes a difference that people are not paying attention to. I guarantee you. Well, I mean, some people are, but a lot of people are overlooking it rather than paying attention to it. More, they're looking more into the gameplay and the controversy of PVE versus PvP. And I guess the last thing I'll say about that is, consider that when I shoot the arc, right? Wasps, they're everywhere. They're like the standard zombie in Minecraft, right? They're like just the random NPC that you have to. Okay, here we go. Here's the NPC that I can just throw a secret grenade at. That's gonna die. And okay. And usually, when you get to end game stuff like that, then you don't really pay attention to it. You don't really care as much, right? Because you're like, well, what's the point of shooting the low level guy? He's just in my way. That's the only time I'll shoot him. But in this case, wasp, you can get the what do you call those? See, that's how long it's been I played this game. You can get at the very least arc power cells from wasps, right? The low level, the easiest guy to shoot in the game, and those are used to recharge your shield in the game. You can get them super easy. And so if I run out of, right, bringing actual recharges into the game, and I ran out for whatever reason, maybe I did get ganked by a couple of PvPers and they took out all my shields and I was able to get away, or maybe I downed them, whatever the case. Not me, because I don't shoot back. But if I did run out of shield recharges, I can go and find the wasp, and I got resources in the game. Like, they've made it very intentional that every arc that you can attack and shoot, the things you collect from them have value still, even in endgame, right? Even the fact that if I come back here to the other components, right? So I think I don't have any leaper cells on me, but leaper cells, for example, when you throw them, they actually have that explosion that comes out of the leapers, right? So they can be used as weapons. They're not just guts that you take out of the bad guy, right? There's also for example, Hornet drivers, right? When you throw them, that stun comes out of it, the one that shoots you too, right? You also have I never used the waft drivers because I think you have to shoot them, but it'll be explosive shot, right? So anyway, the point I'm making is, oh, that's what I was looking for. Snitch scanners. I have snitch scanners, right? Snitch scanners. You can throw this to call arc, just like the actual snitches, right? Many examples here of even these lower level arcs, early game arcs, there's still a reason to shoot them because you can use these to diversify your gameplay, right? These are all little nuanced things that I think people are not paying as close enough attention to that makes the game interesting. And this is mostly responding to the fact that people are all about, oh, but if it was PvE only, it would be so boring. Sure, if you play one dimensionally, in the sense that I want to go and just shoot things and get the highest level and collect all the stuff. If that's all you're doing, then yes, you're gonna reach a ceiling very quick in any game, not just Arc Raiders, any game. The reason why you would do that is that you can feel more powerful in the game. You can not only take down more arc, you can take them down quicker. And the whole idea is to progress to the point where you can take down larger arc, like the Queen and the Matriarch, right? But even those two large raids are problematic on solos because you have rats that come out and ruin that experience. So the fact that a lot of people don't want to bring out their equalizers, they don't want to bring out their um, what else is there? I've never even seen people use the Philion. People don't want to bring out their Jupiters. They don't want to bring out their Hull crackers, right? The higher level damage items. They don't want to bring those out, yeah, especially in larger raids, because the chances of losing them are great. I know, don't get me wrong. I know there's a lot of people that successfully go into solo raids or even duos and trio raids, and they're fine. They can get through it. They don't mind. But the fact is, it's a game of chance. You have no idea. You have no control over it, and that's why for me, I play video games to get control. I play games because I get to be in control of what I'm playing and what I'm doing. That's the whole reason I play video games, any video game, is so I can get a sense of control in living life in a world that doesn't we don't always have a chance to control things. So to play a game that I don't have control over, that major aspect of I don't know what I'm gonna get when I go to topside, sure, I get that it's exciting, but I don't need that. I don't need that in a game because I get enough of that in real life of uncertainty and I don't know how life unfolds. I want to play a game that I have more control over, and I think a lot of other people do too. Okay, so thank you for bearing with me for my rant, and I think they're ranting, but still good points to make. Hopefully, you got something out of just maybe seeing the game differently, out of hearing what can be of this game. If I don't need there to be PvP removed, but having PvE only options. So even this is not that. This is not a PvE only option. This is just I don't know what it is. I don't see even if Embark was trying to just track numbers and see how many people play this way, you know, um, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what comes of it. Nothing may come of it. Um, but I'm still deciding if I'm going to come back and play this. So until next time, if I'm not here, I'll be in Division 2. All right, everybody, shoots.